What up, everyone? Pat Mayo here with your quick DraftKings picks for the 2021 WGC Workday Championship at the concessions. So let's talk about the course. We don't know a ton about it. It's a par 72. It's over 7,400 yards, Bermuda grass. There's no cut at this event. There's only 72 players. A lot of money ups for grabs this week, though. And when we transition over to the DraftKings pricing, you're going to see a lot of players above $10,000 because this, frankly, is a very, very strong field. For me, personally, I think you should take more of a balanced approach here. I don't. And listen, you have to pick a lane or two. Is it going to be a bomber's paradise, or is it going to be a place where scrambling and wedge play and putting really come into play? I'm going to bank on the latter because that seems to be more of a contrarian point of view. No one actually knows how this place is going to end up serving itself when all of the professionals come to play. We saw at the 2015 NCAA Championship, Bryson won, he beat CT Pan. So those are two diametrically opposite players. So maybe any sort of skill set can ride here. But I do think that the overwhelming idea when people construct lineups is going to be stars and scrubs with bombers. So that leaves me with Justin Thomas above $10,000 on DraftKings this week is probably my only play. If you wanted to jam in two, I would take the lowest of those guys and go with Patrick Cantlay, who plays really well on Bermuda, coming off a pretty disappointing Sunday at Riviera, so he probably won't be so popular, and he's been excellent at Jack Nicklaus designed courses over the year. The place where I will be taking the majority of my lineups from this week is that low $9,000 level. You just have a run of guys at the very bottom of that tier. You have Daniel Berger, Webb Simpson, Patrick Reed, and Colin Morikawa all locked in with their irons. Morikawa can't really putt, but the other guys can. So that's fantastic news. So if it doesn't play where bombers are just going to dominate, this is really the value range for me. It's cheap. You can put three of those guys into a lineup if you wanted to and figure the rest out from there. And then it's more of a dead zone for me most of the way down. Sungjae Im would be my next option at $8,800. A lot of people are probably going to be on Matthew Fitzpatrick, Cameron Smith, maybe Max Homa coming off of a win at the Genesis. That's not really for me in this circumstance. I just really like Sungjae Im. Maybe Adam Scott as a leverage play when it comes down to DraftKings ownership, because it seems like very few people are going to play Adam Scott. But we are back in Florida. He won this event when it was at Doral, which was in Florida. He's won the Players Championship. He's won at... Has he won at Bay Hill? No, he won in the Honda Classic. Played well at Bay Hill in the past as well. So it's a situation where he's just very familiar with Florida. It just seems to be an elite talent that's underpriced and is going to be relatively underowned. Probably not going to end up with a bunch of him because with the way that I'm constructing my lineups and trying to jam in Thomas and maybe two or just start with three of those guys in the lower nines, I got to drop down to the lower sevens. Leishman 74, Ryan Palmer 72, boom, boom, just lock those guys in. Then we have to go down to the $6,000 region where you want to mix and match. You don't want to commit to one guy in particular or two guys because one of them is going to blow up. It is a no-cut event. You're still going to get points from them. That's fine, but you need to have one of these guys finish inside the top 15, preferably two, if you want a chance at winning one of the larger DraftKings tournaments this week. So for me, I got Gary Woodland at 68, Rasmus Højgaard, the Danish Flash, $6,700. Guy makes birdies in bunches. Off to a hot start in 2021 on the European Tour as well. Mac Hughes, we're back on Bermuda. Boom, just go with him, $6,400. So those three, if you really need the salary savings and you want to jam in DJ and Rahm into a lineup and you have to go down low, don't use EVR. Too much water on this course. Use my guy David Olipsky. He's the min at $6,000. Really good wedge player. Off to a decent start on the Euro Tour. Has a top 10 in WGC in the past as well. I think that he could be okay here. What does that really mean? I don't know. I know he can make birdies, and if it ends up being like a -10 type score, he can roll a hot enough putter that he can linger around for his price point. That will do it for me. If you want my cheat sheets up on DKNation.com on Tuesday evening. If you want a breakdown of the full field, check out the Mayo Media Network, where the Pat Mayo Experience full breakdown show with Jeff Ulrich is currently available right now. And later on Tuesday evening, the European Tour guys are going to be on to talk about all of the Euros in the field. And there are a bunch of them, and most of them are in that $6,000 range. So you're going to want to tune into that. Mayo Media Network on YouTube. Subscribe right now. If you don't, well, I'll just see you on Sunday with a preview for next week's tournament.